Hey folks, thanks for joining me once again for yet another episode of SwillinGrog's wonderful world of beer. And yes, the world of beer is truly wonderful, but these times we're in, they're appalling. Anyhow, today we're having a look at a brew that promises to be the big beer event of 2023, well, here in Queensland at least. Powers is back. Obviously not in its original form, reformulated for the modern era apparently. It's now known as Powers Ultra Smooth Lager, and it comes in at 4% alcohol by volume. And it's brewed here in Queensland at the original Yatala Brewery by Carlton and United Breweries, who now own the original Powers Brewery. So I found this just down the road. In fact, I won't go into what I paid for it just yet, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be in all the major bottle shops yet. I think they're putting it out there in the the smaller bottle shops at first. So yeah, it's not yet available at Dan Murphy's and First Choice. Anyway, let's crack this 330ml bottle open. It's a twist top, as you'd expect. A little bit of smoke there. One standard drink. Okay. Alright. Let's get a look at the appearance. Well, it's a very clear golden colour, quite effervescent. About 2 fingers of bright white frothy looking head. Let's move on to the aroma. Alright, your typical Aussie beer smell, getting that pride of Ringwood, that wet cardboard, that typical Aussie pub smell, all the beer soaked into the carpet type aroma. Alright, so we've talked about the appearance and the aroma, so let's see what this new version of Powers is like. There's been quite a bit of media coverage about it, quite a bit of hype, so hopefully it's good. Let's dive in. Cheers to you all, folks. Alright, well, up front, very slight taste of malt. No real bitterness to speak of. Just that grassy sort of wet cardboard, pride of Ringwood taste that lingers in the palate. That can be for some quite unpleasant. Yeah. Is it ultra smooth? I don't know about that. Let's have another go. Yeah. Doesn't really offer too much in the way of flavour. Yeah, the malt profile it's very minimal. The body is very thin. It's definitely on the watery side. It tastes of water, in fact. If I didn't know it was 4% ABV, I would think this was like, some sort of Aussie light beer, as in light in alcohol, like, somewhere between 2 and 2.5% ABV. Yeah, it really has very little going on in the flavour department, and becomes more sort of watery and weak as you drink it down. Yeah, it's rather disappointing, to be honest. Let me have another go. Yeah, it's definitely holding that taste profile. yeah, just really watery and weak, and yeah, not much going on in the way of any sort of flavour. Yeah, it really does taste of a Australian style light beer. Yeah, no real body to it, just thin and watery and pretty flavourless. I mean, 4X Gold seems pretty good by comparison, where this one is concerned. Yeah, it's a definite disappointment, this one, folks. Not one that I could recommend. Let me just have a little bit more. Yeah, it's really quite terrible. The price point is ridiculous. $17.99 for a 6-pack of 6 330ml bottles. I think a case was going for $52.99. Again, yeah, not very competitively priced. You know, even in terms of Aussie beers, there are much better options out there. All right, well, let me just top this up. Oh, I'm going to be chewing through this 6-pack, I can tell you that. It's got some alright head retention and leaving some decent lacing, I'll give it that. Yeah, let's just have one last gulp and give it a score out of 10. Okay, all in all, a really disappointing brew. I can't believe there's been all this hype about it, and you know, it just ends up being a really lousy beer. Yeah, I'd probably be inclined to give this a 1 out of 10. A really low score, folks. Yeah, it's terrible. Hopefully the Resch's Real that's coming out soon, and the 4X, not the 4X, the VB Extra, which is 6%, yeah, will be a little bit better. They might be the real Aussie beer event of 2023 in terms of you know, new releases on the market, you know, the mainstream market I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, I'm very much inclined to tip the rest of this. Yeah, you could use it to wash the windows, I suppose. Anyway, that's it for me. Until next time, folks, fare thee well, all.